You're telling me that if you come with us, the only person they need to call is Treyce when they need something answered, and you take care of the rest.
As far as all of utilities, concrete foundation, all of that. A lot more headache for us, but we wanted to take that on.
So somebody was asking if we were hiring anywhere. Somebody said they don't have any land. What should they do about to get land to put it on? How much one of these run, as well as if we can do a walkthrough on the lot.
So this customer's goal was to be out of debt. Has 3 kids, teenage kids. He's looking out to get out of debt.
Came in, designed him a floor plan, got him the perfect option. The kicker is he was still able to stay under $200,000, and now he's looking at being out of debt within 2 to 3 years. Instead of having a 30-year mortgage, they bought a 1,200 square foot 3-bedroom, 2-bath. You think of 1,000 to 1,200 square feet and you think it's really small, but once you actually step into one of these homes, you'll be amazed at how tall our ceilings are. It really does amaze you once you actually walk into one of our homes and you're like, wow, this is actually more space than what I thought it was going to be.
So you're telling me from the day you come in, where we designed the floor plan, we agreed on what options, they provided a price, and they signed the dotted line. From there to the day the home gets delivered, it takes 3 to 4 months.
It just helps production out back know exactly what your change orders are.
What's going on, guys? Good afternoon. I'm here with your home expert, Trey. Today we're gonna have a very interesting topic, something that people have been asking a lot about: financing options, about floor plans. Mr. Treyce, tell us a little bit about your background, bro.
What's going on, guys? I'm Treyce Crop. I'm actually one of the younger brothers to the owners of here at Saddlebrook. About 6 years ago when we started the company, my older brother Kyler had the idea to do a little storage shed. And we have, background of doing cows, working on the ranch. And I didn't really like doing that. So when he had the idea to start building these cabins, these little storage sheds, I was like, hey, this is the perfect opportunity to go from cows to doing this. And I was actually in school at the time. I was 13 when he started the company. And so what I would do is do my books in the morning real early and then go on deliveries with him. So kind of just start learning how this product works, how they're built, how they're delivered. So kind of from A to D, learn that code process as young as I can. That way when I get to this stage, I can help people move into some of these homes.
As you guys do here, Mr. Treyce knows a lot about the industry. Tell us a quick story of your customers. I mean, you're probably one of the ones that helps some more families get into houses.
For sure. Couple of different stories. I'm trying to think of which one would be the best. Let's see here. I've had so many good stories. I actually had a customer come in, probably been earlier this back in February, and he listened to Dave Ramsey, and so he came to me, was wanting to be really, because he has 3 or 4 kids, so he's still needing a 3-bedroom house, but he's wanting to be out of debt, and so he's needing to stay under $200,000.
So this customer's goal was to be out of debt.
Correct.
Has 3 kids. Do you know what their age was?
They had 11 or 12-year-old, and then some other teenagers.
Gotcha. So teenage kids. He's looking out to get out of debt. Mm-hmm. And then what happened?
So what happened is we came in, designed him a floor plan, got him the perfect option, and the kicker is he was still able to stay under $200,000, and now he's looking at being out of debt within 2 to 3 years. Instead of having a 30-year mortgage and being over $200,000, now he's actually going to be able to be out of debt in 2 to 3 years versus 30 years.
Wow. What kind of home did they buy?
They bought a 1,200 square foot 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Awesome.
Cabin.
3-bedroom, 2-bath in 1,200 square feet. I mean, we do have 2 that we can show around. If you guys are interested to actually walk in one, it would be amazing to see how efficient the space is. Sure. What is something that you like specifically about the 3-2s?
3-2s, main thing I like is the space. You think of 1,000 to 1,200 square feet and you think it's really small, but once you actually step into one of these homes, you'll be amazed at how tall our ceilings are. And it really does amaze you once you actually walk into one of our homes and you're like, wow, this is actually more space than what I thought it was going to be.
I absolutely love that. Something else that we've been asked multiple times is about floor plans and the layouts and all that good stuff. However, you do a lot of it, help the customers actually design it on the computer. You get let's call it the rough draft, and then you send it to the engineers.
Correct. That was the same thing with that customer. He had a very special floor plan that him and his wife wanted, and so we actually scheduled an in-house visit. We sat down, went over a couple floor plans, and kind of brainstormed until we got him that perfect floor plan inside of that square footage that he wanted.
I love that. Let's talk about that a little bit more as those questions are coming in. If we have any questions, Masons, let us know. However, guys, we are talking about the floor plan now, a little bit of the process due to the fact that I have one of the home experts, Treyce. If you just hopped on, if you don't know Treyce, he's one of the home experts, been in the industry for 6 years, started with his brother, Kyler, the founder, and literally they built this company from the ground up. You've been in the middle of everything, from deliveries, building, the whole process. Tell us more about what the actual process looks like for designing a home.
Designing a home, okay, perfect. One of the first steps is starting out, how many bedrooms do I need? Do I need a 1-bedroom? Do I need a 2-bedroom?
So you do an analysis of
Right,
the
correct.
bedroom, okay?
What are your needs on the bedrooms? You need a 2-bedroom? Perfect. That's when we walk you, we offer virtual tours to some customers, that might be 4 hours away. Just did one the other night. They're all the way over in Conway, Arkansas, and they can't make the drive. So one of the options we offer is to do a personal virtual tour, do a Zoom, walk through some of the homes, and then we can actually do a floor plan over Zoom.
I love that. So Zoom is an option, guys. If you guys want a virtual tour, it is an option. However, how many people have you had that drives 4, 5, 6 hours?
Crazy story. I actually had one flying all the way from Florida for our open house.
No way.
Seen us on TikTok, talked to his wife, and then literally booked a flight the next day. And he was in our open house. He just seen it the day before. Crazy story.
Wow.
That's probably at the farthest. He's looking, he has a little tiny home community there in Florida and is wanting to move here to Texas and start, kind of move his family here and do a little tiny home community.
He's going to do the tiny home community.
Yes.
Wow. From Florida. Yes, sir.
We got a question. They want to know how much one of these run, as well as if we can do a walkthrough on the live potentially.
Yes, so that is something we are working on, getting a live setup so we could actually walk through them. As of right now, guys, I just can't do it due to the fact that we're on Zoom and everything. However, we are going to schedule live Zooms during the week, earlier different time zones and stuff. We will be posting that out so we could actually walk through around the houses and you guys could see them virtually. So it's going to be pretty cool for people like down in Florida.
Yeah.
Dude, that is awesome. And then you were telling us about the process coming back.
Yeah, so after we get kind of figured out how many bedrooms you want, that's when we go to size. We look at a couple different floor plans, ranging anywhere. Let's say you want a 2-bedroom, you're going to be looking at anywhere from 600 square feet all the way up to 1,200. Okay. So that's kind of when we do a needs analysis, how many people are going to be living in the cabin, are you going to have guests over, how much storage you need. So after we get the bedrooms and the size, get a floor plan picked out. If there's any changes, that's when we sit down, go over the floor plan. Hey, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? And then after that would be picking out interior finishes. So these are actually homes. It's not just like a spec home where you go, hey, you only have this option and this color. Here you actually get to kind of custom build your dream home and get some of the finishes that you actually want.
I love that. I love that. And I didn't want to disregard the question. They were asking about pricing, and I guess this ties into this perfect spot. The pricing starts, we do have a starting price for sure, but then depending on the features,
correct,
right, it could go up, down, whatever the case might be. What are some, let's say, what would we call this? Some base pricing that people could actually get a feel for what are the prices
what we're offering?
Yes,
for sure. If you're looking for like a 1-bedroom, those are going to range anywhere from a starting price of $50,000 to $100,000. Like again, the features and the size you go with, of course. 2-bedrooms start around $80,000, and those can range up to $150,000. Again, depending on size. And then let's say you wanted a 3-bed, 2-bath. Those start around 135,000 to 180,000.
Let me ask you this question. What is the most expensive home that you guys actually sold here at the factory?
Most expensive one, and this was with concrete. This was a lot of on-site work. I believe we were around 220, 230 with that, and that was with septic systems, everything.
230,000 for a full turnkey home, meaning you put concrete, septic, everything.
That was everything.
Everything included. I'm talking about a turnkey product, 230 max. Dude, that's what you see houses in the market that were built in the 1950s go for.
It's crazy.
That is crazy. Anyways, guys, keep sharing this video, like it, subscribe, whatever you got to do. I don't know, everything that you do on social media kind of stuff. But we want to reach more people just like you guys that can come onto our lives every Thursday at 6 o'clock. We're going to have this live. We're going to bring people like Treyce today that knows a lot about our industry, and they're actually giving you facts. If you don't believe it for yourself and you're ready to book a tour, can they do that with us?
Yes. So like I was saying, you can actually schedule a private tour to like one of the homes we actually have behind us. So a lot of factories that you can't see, how your home is being made. Well, here the good thing is you get to schedule a private tour to where you can actually see behind the walls and see exactly how your home is being built.
Awesome. We could do virtual tours.
Yeah, like I
we
said,
could do a phone call.
Correct. Yeah, a lot of people go ahead and do a virtual tour before making the drive, because some people, I've had lots of people drive 5-6 hours. So I hop on a little virtual tour with them, and then that's when they schedule an in-house facility appointment. That way, I like to see it, feel it, and touch it. That way you can actually get a feel for the size. So that's what I recommend all of my clients to do.
Yes.
And that's what's worked best.
It's crazy too, because videos just don't do justice.
They don't.
Right? You have how many followers in TikTok and how many views you get?
I have 75,000 followers so far with around 30 million views.
That is crazy. And people still prefer coming in.
Yeah, every customer that comes in, they're like, wow, I did not see, this is not how I expected the home to look versus what I saw on video. And they're just amazed once they actually walk into one of our homes and see it in person.
That is absolutely amazing. Treyce, keep going down the process. So we are at first, they book a consultation, right? Virtual tour or a in-house tour. We do an needs analysis to know how many bedrooms, what square footage we need, and then what happens?
Correct. After we figure that out, what size cabin, what floor plan, that's when we kind of move to what your land situation is going to be looking like. Do you already have land purchased? Or are you still in the market looking for land? And if you don't have land, we do have realtor connections all over Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma.
So not only you build the homes, but you're actually connecting the bridge with realtors if you need to.
Correct.
Okay, I love that.
So after that, go over, hey, do you have utilities? Do you have water, electric, sewage, or septic systems? Go over some of those details. And then as far as back to the home process, that's when after we go over the floor plan, we go over, what the interior is going to look like, cabinets, countertops, all that. That's when we actually get you a concrete price, from the cabin to porches, septic systems, skirting, any on-site work. That way you actually have a concrete price and know exactly what you're spending.
I love that. I love that. Let me interrupt you there for a second, because I think this is very, very important. You're talking about we design your whole house. So literally in the tour, you get to walk and say, you know what, I like this house. I like the feature of this house. I like the windows on that house. I like the wood, how it looks here, different kitchens, all that good stuff. You put it all together and you literally give them a concrete, or let's not call it concrete because they're going to probably think the foundation, but you give them an actual price. So this house, with everything we're adding, is going to cost you X amount of dollars, right? And then that's when what happens?
After that, you talking about after the quoting process?
Yes.
If they do that on virtual, that's when you would schedule the next step to come down.
Okay.
As far as after the quoting, that's when we look into if you're paying it outright or finance. That's when we look into if you need financing. That's when we look at those options.
Okay. And we're gonna come right back. We're gonna talk about all the financing options, right? So you would have the option to either pay up front, which a lot of our customers do. Right? And then if they're looking for financing, we actually help you through the process, right? From A to Z.
Correct.
Okay. And I definitely want to talk about more of the finances. So if you are asking about financing, stay tuned. We are actually going to talk about it. We just want to keep going down the process. What happens then?
Correct. So let's say you go the cash route. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with kind of like a construction loan draw.
Okay.
So to get the process started, get materials locked in, that way, you know, your quote's not going up and down like a on-site builder, let's say. So you do, the first is a 30% draw.
Okay.
That'll get all the materials ordered, your floor plan design, everything like that done. After that is done, the wait time is about 30 to 40 days in the waiting time. That's when you'll do another 30% draw, and that's actually when we start building.
Got it.
And then after that, after your home is fully completed, you actually come down, do a full walkthrough, kind of like an inspection type process. Walk through your home. That's when you do another 90 or another 30%. And then once the home is actually delivered on your property, that's when you'll do the remaining 10%.
Got it. So if it's something outright, we do a draw system, 30, 30, 30, 10% once
Correct.
you're 100% delivered and satisfied. I love that. Okay. And then during that process, a lot of people do ask about time periods. How long does it take, the whole process from building and all that good stuff? What would you say it's an accurate time frame?
On the fully finished homes, right now we're about 3 to 4 months out. And then we also, you know, of course, offer the shell option if you're wanting, you know, to do some of the work yourself. That you're looking about 2 to 4, or about 4 to 6 weeks, roughly. But yeah, the fully finished, let's say you want a turnkey home, you're looking right at 3 to 4 months.
I love that. So the whole process, you're telling me the building process takes about 3 to 4 months. Your queue time is about 30 to 45 days.
That's included. That's the 30-day queue time is actually included. That's in that 3 to 4 months.
I love that. Okay. So you're telling me from the day you come in and actually, let's call it contract day, right? Where we designed the floor plan. We agreed on what options. They provided a price and they signed the dotted line. From there to the day the home gets delivered, it takes how much?
3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months. Isn't that incredible? Guys, there's people that I know that are building houses right now. And matter of fact, I know the guy that is building one right now. He is on month 14 and he still has like 3 more months to go.
That's crazy.
But that's normal.
Yeah.
That is normal. I mean, anyone who's planning to build a home wants to, like, actually plans for 12 months up to 18 months to have a home. And that's just normal. And you're telling me that you could deliver a home right now, 3 to 4 months.
Yep, start to finish.
That is absolutely amazing. And yes, we have a question.
So somebody was asking if we were hiring anywhere.
If we're hiring, that is a phenomenal question. Yes, we are hiring. So make sure you guys come in. We want to make sure that we are a good fit for you guys. You guys are a fit for us. So we could definitely give you guys an application, and we are hiring at all times. Guys, isn't this amazing? So Treyce, I'm just going to recap while Treyce comes back. Treyce has been in the industry for 6 years. He started with Kyler. They have been building everything. They actually started from the ground up, from building to delivering the homes to now helping more people just like you guys get more and more homes. And we were talking about today about the construction process, how it works, the whole flow. Number one thing, the most important thing is book a consultation. So you guys come in, you guys get to see every single home, walk through the homes, and then you guys get to design your home. Treyce is super knowledgeable to build the floor plans. So we build a rough draft of the floor plans, and then that's being sent to an engineer, make sure all the sizes make sense, everything is good. From there, we go ahead and give you a final price for what the whole project is going to cost you. We do a analysis of your land preparation, making sure that all your land is, you have concrete, you have connections, utilities, you have electrical, you have everything that you need for your home. If you don't need it, it's 100% okay. We can help you through the process. We can guide you from A to Z of what is happening. Super simple process. Actually, building is actually more terrifying, terrifies people because of the whole process it takes. But with us, you don't have to worry. We will walk you through each single step. Whether you do it with us or you don't, we could definitely help you we built and delivered homes over 3,500 homes as of right now. This year we're gonna probably break records, and we're just expecting to expand more and more. So we do have quite a bit of background, and if you do need anything from us, we can help you guys out. Whether it's just knowing that we can do the right job for you guys. We do have a lot of customers that will be willing to jump on the phone and explain their process to you guys. Super simple, like I said. We want to make something that is confusing or could be complicated, just make it as simple as possible. With that being said, as soon as Treyce comes back, we're going to be talking about financing. Stay tuned. Financing is a very big topic. Everybody's been asking about how financing works. And we do have different types of financing. So that's going to be super interesting. I believe the way that he's going to talk about is a little bit more of a 30-year mortgage or a long-term mortgage. Before he comes, I'll be talking about a little bit of, we do have short-term personal, we'll call this unsecured loans. And what this unsecured loans is absolutely amazing. It has helped our industry immensely is because, number one, you can get a pre-approved in a matter of minutes. Number two reason is because if you're selling a house and you have it in a market, we have options, and this is not for everybody. Please don't quote me on this, but this is not for everybody. We do have an option that you could literally have a loan, no payments, no interest for 12 months. Literally, you could have a house in your property for a very minimal down payment if you qualify. Big disclaimer, if you qualify, right? I was talking about unsecured loans. Now, let's talk a little bit about mortgage type of loans or long-term loans. Give us a little bit of just a brief before you actually break everything down. How hard is it? How simple is it?
It's actually pretty simple. We offer, like you said, the unsecured loans. But as far as the mortgages go, you have the option 20 to 30 years. And it's crazy. Some people you can actually do a 30-year mortgage on a home like this. And yes, we've actually done quite a few over the past years. We've partnered with some mortgage companies, and actually pretty simple of how you actually do it as far as the approval process goes. Yeah. There's a couple of different things that you'll need as far as qualifying for a mortgage. For one, you'll need land in your name.
Okay, so that's a big one.
Yes, that is one of the big ones. You do need it in your name.
Okay.
So let's say, for instance, I've had some customers where the land is in their dad's name. What you'll need to do is actually you'll need to go get a survey and you only need about a half acre at the minimum.
Okay.
So all you have to do is get that surveyed, have your dad switch it over to your name, and then that way you can check off one of those boxes.
I love that. Okay. So number one thing to qualify for a mortgage loan is have that piece of property under your name. So if it's family land, it's 100% okay as long as they could, let's say, deed you, give you, contract you, whatever the case might be, at least half an acre.
Correct.
And then you could put it under your name. Okay.
Instead of let's say you have 50 acres and you don't want to tie in all of that land, you can just survey off that half acre or an acre.
I love that. Okay. So that's checkbox number one. What's next?
Next one, proof of income, job. So you'll need to have that proof of income over the last 2 years. Proof of job, and then also credit scores. Another one of the boxes as well.
Okay, so you want to have good credit. You want to have a job.
And it's not like crazy. You don't have to have an 820 credit score. So you can actually be in the 600s and still qualify for one of these mortgages.
I love that. You're saying that as long as you're over the 600 credit score,
640 roughly,
you could qualify for a mortgage. I love this. And by the way, something that we want to pull. I mean, I've seen people that actually have less than 600 credit score, but their land appraises for a lot more. So that's an option too, right? So there's different variables, I guess. I want to say that there's a lot of different variables when it comes to financing. However, we're going through like good scenarios, right? That's kind of what we're going through right now. And definitely we could have a consultation if you want to have something tailored to you. We could run you through the whole process. for you specifically, all you would have to do is book a consultation, right?
Correct.
And we will walk you through, ask you all these personal questions, obviously, and give you a concrete result, correct?
Yep, correct.
Virtual tours and then in person.
Correct.
I love that. And by the way, you're going to have a link down below where you could click your next consultation. Awesome. Let's keep going so we could get this all squared away. So we said, number one, you have to have land under your name. Number two, just the normal information, proof of income, proof of job, all that good stuff, right? What's next?
So next step is, which a lot of people forget about this, is you'll have to have a loan while the home is getting built.
Okay.
So the step is, and the benefit of going through our mortgage company is we actually cover your construction loan. So whoever doesn't know what a construction loan is, it's whenever you're building new construction versus, like, let's say you want a mortgage on an old house, right? It's already out there. So this new construction, you can't get it appraised, so you can't actually lock in the 30-year mortgage until it's out there on the property.
Got it.
So what we do is called a construction loan while the home is getting built here. We go get the construction loan, and that pays, it's an interest-only loan. You'll get a 12-month construction loan, and that's one of the benefits of going with us, because you're only paying interest for 3 to 4 months versus having to pay interest for 12 months. Because the longer the build goes, the longer, the more interest you pay.
I love that. Let me touch on that real quick. So basically what Treyce is talking about right now is there's, when you want to get a mortgage, there's a big difference between buying a home that is already been there, right? Let's say something that was built in the 2000s, in 1980, 1950, for a lot of people still buy those houses, right? If you buy a loan or get a loan for those, it's just a regular mortgage.
Correct.
However, anything that's brand new construction, that a house does not exist, right? Whether it's with us, whether it's a stick build, you cannot get a mortgage until the house is 100% in the property, right? There's actually, like, you living in it. On that meantime, we get a construction loan, right? If you were to build a house by yourself and you go get a construction loan, well, there's an upfront cost that you have to pay, all of that. Going with us, we take care of your construction loan pretty much.
Correct.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, we take care of the construction loan for you guys. Once the house is put on the property, it's delivered, set up, you are living in it, it rolls into a 30-year
Yes,
mortgage.
that's that. Once we have the home out in there, and the great thing about going with our mortgage company, let's say, Zeke, you needed a septic system and a concrete foundation, you can actually roll that septic in. That way, you're not having to pay out of pocket on that. Or if you want any porches, you can actually roll all of that in there, and like I said, not having to pay out of pocket and only having to make the down payment.
Perfect. I love that. Let me give you an example for what you're saying there. I think this is important for a lot of people to understand. Let's say you come in, you say the house you want is, let's say, $100,000, right? The house costs you $100,000, but your land is raw. You don't have a concrete foundation, you don't have a septic, you don't have nothing, right? And then you start adding everything, well, things that you would have to pay out of pocket for, right? In this case, you could actually add everything to that one mortgage, correct?
Yes, that is
So
correct.
you could put their septic, you could put your hookups on there, your concrete,
water well, if you need to bring in a power pole.
everything. So you could tie everything into that mortgage. That is awesome. I think that's super amazing. Not a lot of people are doing this.
Yep.
Why do you think people don't do this?
What are you talking about?
Like the whole process, like we do. I mean, you're getting a whole package with us. Why are people not doing that in the market right now?
It's just, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of headache. And that's when we noticed a lot of customers that were new to the area. Let's say they're moving to the area and they don't have a lot of contacts. They don't know contractors. That's when we step in, like, hey, why don't we step in, help these clients out? That way you're not having to run over here to John to all of these 5 different contractors, versus all you have to deal with one, your home builder, and we do everything. And so you're not having to run around, chase down all these contractors, versus just having to make one call and not having that headache.
So you're telling me that if you come with us, the only person they need to call is Treyce when something's when they need something answered.
Correct.
And you take care of the rest.
Yep, as far
everything.
As far as all of, utilities, concrete foundation, all of that.
Guys, would you want to be calling 20 different people for 20 different things, or would you like to make one phone call to Treyce and he'll help you make sure that everything's going 100% good?
A lot more headache for us, but we wanted to take that on as, it's something we can help our clients with.
Love that.
And so that's when we made the move to start offering that.
That is absolutely amazing. Awesome. What else is left on this loan, on the financing?
So once you get it pre-approved on the construction loan, that's when we start drawing on that, doing the 30-30-30-10 draw loan process.
Same process,
Yep,
basically.
same exact process.
Okay.
After that is done, we in this process we're pouring the slab, all of that, and then once the home is actually done and delivered, that's when we come out there, finish any porches, do all of the hookups, do the skirting. After all of that is done, that's when the appraiser guy will come out. He'll do the appraisal on the whole project, and then that's actually when we do the refinance and get the 30-year mortgage rolling.
Perfect. And by that time, the process is done. Mm-hmm. They're living in their home.
Yep. And the crazy thing is, during that 3 to 4 months, you're not having to make a single payment versus your down payment, of course, but you're not having to make any of those interest payments. We're covering that.
Everything's covered.
Mm-hmm. So your payments are actually not going to start until your home is on your property.
Wow. So basically, they do a down payment, we build, they delivered, we turn the construction loan into a mortgage, then they start paying.
Correct.
Wow. Okay. Talking about this is going to be a question that's going to pop up. How much is a down payment?
Down payment. So I've had customers in the past, let's say you have 10 acres and it appraises for enough, like you were saying.
Okay.
That can be used as your down payment. Most mortgage companies are going to require anywhere from 10 to 20% on a down payment.
So we're saying that it could go as low as 0 down if they have land that appraises for more than they're asking, right? Up to 20% down payment.
Correct.
Depending on a lot of different situations. I want to know about your situation. Treyce wants to know about your situation. Let's book a consultation. Super simple. We walk down the steps, give you a tour, right? And then we will tell you all this information on a call. How long does a call like this take?
So it really just depends. I've been on calls, 20 minutes, and I even actually did a Zoom call I was on for an hour and a half.
Okay.
So I gave them, a full breakdown of the home, and they actually left, by the end of it, they left with, a full price of what they were going to be in it for. Versus having to drive all the way down to our facility, they're aware of all the costs and what their home is actually going to cost around.
Yes. I think that's super important. Everything comes down to trust and likability, right? People that trust you, they will go on a Zoom and they can go through the whole process. They know we're doing things already, right? If you're that type of person, let's book a consultation. Let's go over on a Zoom call. We'll go over A to Z, tailored to you 100%, right? Even a floor plan, we could design a floor plan for you and give you a price, and we could do the whole process via Zoom. Or, actually, I like people, bro. I like people coming inside and we talk about this. We get a cinnamon roll from the bakery. It's super good, by the way. And then we talk through the whole process. And it literally could take you a few minutes and it could take you up to a few hours depending on your situation, right? I've been with a lot of different customers lately and they like to take their time, right? I have customers that actually show up with like pictures and videos and then be like, oh, I watched this video and I like this. I watched this house and I like this. Hey, I had a customer come in and tell me, hey, this is a picture of the dresser. I cannot let it go. And this is the picture of my gun safe with measurements that I have to have in my house. And we did a floor plan tailored to that. It was funny. I was sending the engineers, the pictures of the safe and the dresser and everything. And then we did a floor plan. How many times have you done that?
Over the last 6 years, too many to count.
Too many to count. I love that. Awesome, guys. If you do have questions, drop them down in the comments. If you don't have questions, book a consultation. Go ahead.
Somebody said they don't have any land. What should they do about to get land to put it on?
Awesome. No land. You were talking about this earlier.
So in the 4 states that we deliver to currently, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, we actually have realtor connections that can look for land, and they're very familiar with our product. So they're going to know, they'll ask you questions, how many acres are you looking for? Ask you all of those questions. So we actually have connections in those states that can help you out. You know, if you're new to the area, they can help you start looking for land.
Love it. We have connections, guys, all over Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Arkansas that will help you guys find land. By the way, if you are a realtor and you have not connected with us, let us know. We want to connect with you guys. It's all about networking. Let's help each other out. We have customers in your area looking for land right now. Is that right?
Yes, correct, all the time.
I love that. By the way, guys, we're going to be live every Thursday, 6 o'clock. We're going to bring experts just like Treyce, talk about the process, and you guys have an opportunity to come and ask questions live. If you are watching this on repeat, drop your comments down below or come watch us 6 o'clock Thursdays, and we're going to be here every single week. Bro, what are you going to talk about next?
Next, well, we got to get one of the other home experts on here.
You know what? We're going to have Treyce back building a floor plan. How about that?
Let's go.
You're the
Let's do
expert,
it.
bro. You're the expert. So if you guys want Treyce back, let us know in the comments so we can show them how much love you guys are going to give them. Guys, we're at the end of this video. We appreciate it. Anything else you would like to give our customers?
Like I said, book that personal tour, that private tour. Actually come down and see it in person, and you'll be amazed at, you know, you'll like I said, you'll be able to walk through our homes in the back where we actually build them, and we're sitting in where we build them, and you'll be able to see behind the walls exactly how your home is getting built. That's what we like here at Saddlebrook. Like I said, being honest and upfront, and you don't see a lot of that nowadays, but that's something that we do like to do, is be honest and upfront with our customers, and that's the reason why we offer those private tours.
I love that. And by the way, guys, you know what's something super cool that people don't talk about is when you're building a home with us, you actually have the opportunity to come and walk your home as it's being built, right?
Yeah, and I've even had some customers that come in every week.
Yeah, we do have a lot of those customers that come every week. Guess what? If I was building a home, I would be here every single week as well. But that's how transparent we want to be. You know what I mean? If anything is going a different direction that you don't like, we have an option to change it right there immediately. Never happens, but it could, right? If that's the case and that's the type of person you are and you want to inspect the home during the whole process, we do have that option. Kyler and I were talking about the other day that if someone wanted to actually build a home with us and they want to record the whole journey, we are open to that. We're going to do that specifically for anyone who wants it. From the day you come in, from the consultation to the day it's getting delivered, we'll actually record that whole process and give it to you guys. It's going to be pretty, I can't do too many people, but we would love to do that. What do you think?
That'd be awesome.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Awesome, guys. We appreciate you. Have an amazing rest of the afternoon. We see you guys on the next one.
Yep. See you guys.